Applying the Auto-Reframe effect. To help you repurpose sequences, Premiere Pro has an Auto-Reframe workflow. You can largely automate the process of converting a finished sequence from one aspect ratio to another. The standout feature of this workflow is that Premiere Pro analyzes the visuals in your clips and then applies and configures the Auto-Reframe effect for each clip, which automatically keeps points of interest, such as faces, on screen. You will want to check and adjust results, but this can be a huge time saver if you intend to deliver your content on multiple platforms. Try it now. Open the sequence 05 Auto-Reframe. Play the sequence to familiarize yourself with the content. The character moves around the screen quite a lot. Sequences crop the edges of clips that don't fit in the frame. If we were to nest the sequence in another sequence and manually add keyframes to reframe the content, it would take quite some time. With the timeline panel active or the sequence selected in the project panel, choose Sequence, Auto-Reframe Sequence to open the dialog box of the same name. When you click Create in this dialog box, Premiere Pro creates a new, separate sequence based on the settings you choose. The original sequence will not be affected. Here are the settings. Sequence name. Give the new sequence a name. By default, the new aspect ratio is added to the original name. Target aspect ratio. Specify a new aspect ratio. You can repeat this process and produce multiple sequences with different aspect ratios. Motion tracking. Set the number of keyframes that will be used to follow the motion in the sequence. For slower, smoother movements, choose slower motion, and for faster action, choose faster motion. Clip nesting. Choose whether or not to nest clips. There can be only one motion effect on each clip, and if you have motion keyframes on your clips already, they will be replaced in the new sequence unless you choose to nest the clips. If you do nest your clips, however, you'll lose transition effects between them. Leave the settings at their defaults for now and click Create. Premiere Pro performs visual analysis of the sequence. The new sequence appears in the project panel inside a new bin called Auto-Reframed Sequences, and it opens in the timeline panel. Play the new sequence to review the results of the reframing. Select the clip in the timeline panel and look in the Effect Controls panel. The motion effect is disabled and an auto-reframe effect is applied. You can use the auto-reframe controls to make overall adjustments to the results of the effect or select Overwrite Generated Path, and many individual position keyframes will appear in the Effect Controls panel timeline that you can adjust one by one.